Check that. No, it is. It's Couch. Jamal Couch. I thought it was 0. It's a 6, obviously. Here we go. The throw. Taken up at the 9-yard line. Trying to cut to the middle of the field is Ford, and he gets very little after making it up to the 10-yard line. Looks like they mark him down officially at the 12. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. So we'll get our first look at the quarterback. And he'll come in here and see what he can do. Jarvis Grissom. Jarius wearing number 3. Both men in motion. You can do that. Handoff on a sweep around to the far side. Patrick McSweeney, and he cannot turn the corner. He's brought down for a loss of about 3 yards. Tackled on the play by Lavelle Spruce. Came into the game. 6.5 tackles, but 5 sacks for Lavelle on the year.
Yeah, Lavelle shed that block right there. Met Sweeney in the backfield, and he did not go anywhere but backwards.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13 from the 9-yard line. Quick pass, a little short route, and up to about the 13-yard line. It is caught by Patrick McSweeney, and he picks up yardage up to the 14-yard line. He gets 5. It'll be 3rd and 8, big early 3rd down situation here.
Early on, I know it's only 2 plays in, but the defense is looking a lot different than it does last week, playing with a lot more energy.
Wide out left and right with 1 in motion. Slot near side as getting forced out of the pocket and overthrowing his intended receiver, Stanley Boom Williams, down the near boards. It is incomplete on the pass by Grissom, and it brings up a 4th and 8, and we will see whether Eau Claire decides to go for it on 4th down.
Eau Claire has elected to surrender. It'll be 1st down and 10. Duluth at their 15-yard line.
All right. I think the message was sent by the defense. It'll go back to the Harbor Monster 15-yard line, and the Harbor Monsters will have it offensively for the first time. Devontae Johnson, the quarterback. Kevin Felder's there in the offense as well. Jamal Couch, Dan Williams, the center, and so important, Travis Whitlock. He gets over the football. Couch wide to the near side. Williams will be in motion wide out far side. Also, KJ Felter gets the snap and is hit at the 15. Penalty marker thrown. He breaks tackles to about the 24-yard line. But let's sort out.
Running lane violation. Duluth, 5-yard penalty.
And reason why is
10-yard penalty.
The direct snap right there out of Felder. He should have. I mean, it was a perfect timing, but just too good of timing right there for KJ. He came across and took the snap right out of Javante's hands, even though Javante tried selling it to our head official there in Tyler Downs, but he was all over it.
So it's all the way back to the 5-yard line.
Correction. The foul is half the distance to the goal line. Okay. 1st down.
Half the distance. And it'll be now 1st down. And what we got? 20 to go. Snap back to Javante near the goal line. Throws and missed a wide open receiver on the far boards. Dan Williams was wide open at the 23-yard line, but the throw was wide. Wow.
Yeah, pressure coming. It looked like it was number 19 coming off unblocked. A.J. Brown Jr. there for the Eau Claire Axemen, but Javante's going to be kicking himself for that one because he just had to he tried forcing that one in quickly. He had Dan all by himself right there. Just had to get him the ball.
Well, he will not go 16 for 16 in this game against Eau Claire. He gets the snap. Throws it high, throws it deep, and way overthrowing Couch. Derek Luton covering, but really it was not near anybody. I'm not sure whether it was a bit of a mix-up on exactly the route to run in the signals. Because remember, there are no huddles.
Yeah, there's no huddle. I think Lutton got it jammed up Couch right there on the sidelines against the boards, and there's no receiver downfield for him to run that route that he was expecting.
So now a 3rd and long. 3rd down and about the distance to the tall ships that are in town for the first down. John running, he's out past the line of scrimmage and runs out to the 22-yard line where he picks up a total of, from the 5 out to the 17. He picks up 12, and it'll be 4th down and about 5 yards to go from the 20-yard line. And, well, if the defense sent a message, the offense wants to as well.
After review, the previous play was a foul for a running lane violation.
Oh, boy.
Half the distance to the goal. Replay 3rd down.
And what you could see with that penalty, you got to be on the inside mark of the hashes right there when he ran up the field. He was kind of on the outside mark of the hashes, outside of the running lane, so now another penalty for Duluth on this early drive.
In fact, you cannot be on the hash marks in that lane violation. So the ball is all the way back to the 5-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 20. Now in the backfield, Darius Morrison. He lines up as a wingback. Man in motion, far side from the end zone. Javante's got time, throws, Couch makes the catch for a first down at the 20-yard line of Eau Claire. A huge 3rd down conversion as Couch takes it down to their 19-yard line.
But how about the time that Javante had to throw? Travis Whitlock holding it down on the line of scrimmage. Stephen Thomas had nowhere to go, and he was just at a stalemate right there, and a beautiful ball by Javante, and an even better catch by Jamal.
25 yards on the reception to the 19 of Eau Claire, and a fresh set of downs. A Big Apple Bagels first down, a big one for the Harbor Monsters. So now Morrison will be off to the right hip of Johnson in the shotgun. In motion Williams, quick out to him, and he gets about 4 yards to the 15-yard line. Tackled on the play by defensive back A.J. Brown. They mark his progress at the 16, so a gain of 3 on the quick pass to Williams. 2nd down and 7. And the Harbor Monsters in a bit of a hurry-up. Couch wide to the near side. Williams to the far side. Morrison in the backfield. Javante throwing into the near corner. Overthrowing for Couch in the near corner. Covered on the play. Looked like, let's see, trying to see who was on coverage there. And again, some of our numbers are a little bit off.
I think it might have been number 11, Dedrick Lutton in there, but it was
think so.
Number 22, Drew Robinson on the pressure there. Came off a corner blitz, the defensive back, giving Javante a lot of pressure in the backfield.
3rd and 7 from the 16-yard line. 8:49 to go, first quarter, 0-0 here at the deck. Quick handoff, nice cutback against the flow by Demo. And he drives down to about the 12-yard line. A.J. Brown on the tackle. And it'll bring up 4th down at the 12, a pickup of 4. 4th down and 3 from the 12-yard line.
Interesting formation here for the Harbor Monsters.
Kind of a power I formation with a wing back up ahead. There's the cutback by Demo, and he does not get enough for the first down on 4th down, and it'll go over on downs. As he only gets to the 12-yard line, no gain for Morrison, and it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line for the Axemen of Eau Claire. Well, so far it's been the defenses that have held fast on the first drive for each team.
Yeah, I like what the Harbor Monsters are doing there, but you'd think they'd want to spread out the defense right there. They kind of had a loaded box in Eau Claire, and they just ran it right up the middle, and not a lot of room for Demo to make a move or anything happening.
Grissom with a man in motion straight ahead, slot far side. Grissom has to get rid of it quickly. Completes it to Devon Ford, who is given progress to the 15-yard line. He gets 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, and there's pressure there by Lavelle Spruce off that left edge. Really had to get rid of it quickly there for quarterback.
Probably the short patterns to help Grissom maybe get a little bit more comfortable here in his first start. There's a handoff. Sweeping is Joe Devon Ford make that. Starts wide, cuts back towards the middle, and gets progress to the 16-yard line. He gets just 1. 3rd down and 6 from the 16-yard line of the Axemen. 6:58 to go, first quarter. Nothing on the board here at the deck. Glad you joined us. So now Jarius Grissom sends his man in motion, slot near side. Quick pass over the middle. Not enough. A gain of only a couple of yards to Joel Shaw. Shaw coming into the game with 11 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. It's up to the 18. He picks up only 2.
Yeah, big 4th down coming up. Looks like they're just giving Lavelle Spruce a free go, and then they're going to drop, or they're going to swing over Dante Mason in that short coverage, and they've found the zone a couple times here. Let's see what happens on 4th down.
They're showing some blitz. Now a quick pitch to get him outside, and a first down, and then some. And getting bumped against the wall, but in Harbor Monster territory at the 23-yard line. It's enough for a first down. A 9-yard run. They needed 4. 1st and 10 at the Harbor Monster 23.
Yeah, and you could see Patrick McSweeney come back. Might be illegal in the NFL with the crackback block, but it's totally legal here in the Arena League. That really sprung that run free.
1st and 10 from the 23 in Duluth territory. And in trouble is Grissom. Gets rid of it. Coming up, trying to catch an underthrown pass, far side. It is incomplete. Shaw trying to make the catch, far boards at the 18-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 10.
That was a great job there by Grissom just to get rid of that football there. Wilkerson nearly came back to make the grab there, but good pressure by Tariq Mann and Lavelle Spruce once again.
So it's now 2nd and 10 from the Duluth 23-yard line for Eau Claire. Now they have a running back behind Grissom. He gets the pitch, and he throws. Completes it far side at about the 17, 18-yard line. Tackled on the play by Baron Malloy. There's a new name on the roster this week.
Yeah, Malloy rocking number 21 for the Harbor Monsters. A couple guys out. You mentioned the Defensive Player of the Week last week, Ahmad Butler, not on the roster this week for the Harbor Monsters. And the one before that, prior Defensive Player of the Week, was Richie Murphy, not on the roster as well. So no revenge game for Richie tonight.
3rd and 5 from the 18-yard line of Duluth. Simmons has a running back off his left hip who gets the pitch. Sweeping near side is Ford. Ford is able to crack it all the way down inside the 10-yard line by the time he's tackled by Deron Sosa Maxwell, but it's enough for a first down. 1st and goal from the 9. He picks up 9 there.
Yeah, Eau Claire's been really effective with the ground game so far, but it's been McSweeney with the blowing blocks that set up the run.
Well, they're quickly getting that ball outside the running lane to a running back. There's a quick short pass while he was being tackled, bringing it down the near boards. Patrick McSweeney, who is brought down at about the 6-yard line. He picks up 3. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 6.
Yeah, the pressure is no problem right now for the Harbor Monsters. Just covering these short routes and rallying the football right now is what they've struggled with just a little bit.
So far, their passing game has been basically short routes. Now Grissom has a man in motion to the near side. That's Deshaun Williams. But the handoff goes. Cutting up in the middle is Joel Shaw, who is stopped at about the 4-yard line. On the tackle, Dante Mason. They mark the ball at the 4. 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. 4th down. Correction, 3rd. Yep, there we go. As Grissom's in trouble, he shovels a pass up ahead to McSweeney. McSweeney wants to lateral it. He does, but he laterals it backwards, losing some yards on the play as he laterals to Marcello Holguin.
Yeah, I don't think the center's the guy you want to lateral it to. They lost a couple of yards on the lateral, but they went backwards from the start on that play. But it was just a pressure in the backfield again. That time, meeting him in the backfield was Marcus Sessoms getting on the defensive side of the ball, and then Lavelle Spruce once again.
A loss of 6. 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. Nothing. Under 2 minutes now for the opening quarter. Quick pitch far side to Ford. Ford brought down outside the 5-yard line by Maxwell. Also in there on the tackle was Michael Austin Fields. And it'll go over on downs. Harbor Monsters will get it in their own territory at their own 6-yard line, 1st and 10. So the defense is tough again, bending but not breaking down inside their 10-yard line.
Yeah, and it's been a defensive battle right now between these two teams. But the Harbor Monsters, they forced a surrender on the opening drive and then a turnover on downs there. Great start for the defense, making a statement.
Flowers is in the backfield, in motion, slot near side. Javante, quick pass, short route, far side, caught at about the 8 and brought out by McAllister to the 12-yard line. He picks up 6 on the catch, bringing up a 2nd down and 4. The back attack is there.
Yeah, Eau Claire brought the house right there. Javante did a great job of getting rid of it quickly and plus yardage here on 1st down. A nice pickup of about 7 yards.
So wide out near side, man in motion. That is Williams as Javante throws it up ahead. Catch made by McAllister. He's all the way down inside the 10, down to about the 5-yard line of the Axemen. Tackled by defensive back Joe King.
And there's a great move there by McAllister. It's going to be brought back for a hold. They got Dan Williams, Shaq Currington. He was trying to make the tackle, and Williams threw him straight to the ground. He had a handful of cloth. You can see right here on the replays. He goes straight down. But a great catch and run there by McAllister.
Number 81.
Oh, that's a penalty that stings because
2nd down.
that one had put the Harbor Monsters, it looked like, in prime red zone position at the other end. But now it is marched back to the 11-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and about 6. Whitlock on the snap. Javante rolls to the far side, loads it, throws, almost intercepted. Williams, I think, was the intended receiver, just down to the left a bit at the hash mark at the 21. The pass sailed over his head, was nearly picked off, and Williams looks back as if to say, was that intended for me?
Yeah, if Williams was maybe 10 feet taller, he would have came down with that one, but Joe King's going to be kicking himself for that one. He should have had an interception right there. Looks like that one slipped out of the hand of Johnson.
Now they snap back to Javante. Loads it, throws it deep for KJ. A jump ball. KJ's got it in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Harbor Monsters! Touchdown, Kevin Felder! And the Harbor Monsters are on the board.
And Johnson made up for that one. You can see Jarve Flowers went up and got that football into the end zone. Both cheeks are down, and that's good for 6.
And it comes with no time left on the clock for the opening quarter, but they will get a chance to try for the single point after from the Eau Claire 5-yard line. That's the case. The athleticism of Kevin Felder He won the battle for that football in the end zone.
Go up and get it. Let your receiver make a play right there, and a great catch in the end zone.
All right, for the single point after, Demo Morrison's in the backfield. Back to that power I formation. Felder, the tailback. Play action fake. As Javante is up, throws deep. It's a battle for the ball. Caught in the end zone. Caught by Marcus Sessoms. And it's the throw off by Jamal Couch. And he'll be throwing it from our right to left. And he lets it fly. Caught at the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the near side. Ford corralled at about the 13 and brought down there by Jamal Couch, along with Darius Morrison and Baron Malloy.
Yeah, one thing Javon Ford had to be careful with. It looked like he was almost going to go to lateral that football at the last second, but decided to keep it tight. Very fortunate there. He kept that football between his two hands.
That's some of the things, some of the offense you will see in arena football you don't see in conventional football. Laterals, simple plays like that. And now here is the snap back to Grissom. Grissom under pressure, dumps off a quick one to the 20-yard line to Deshaun Williams, tackled by Dante Mason for a pickup of 4.
That's those quick routes over the middle right there. They're bringing pressure, but you just got to drop somebody off in the middle of the field, because right now Grissom's just dumping it over the middle and finding his receivers downfield. Marcelo
Holguin over the football for the Axemen. Running back to the right side, who gets that pass and is hit immediately. Tackled. Coming up on the tackle, Tyree Williams, who brought down Boom Williams, and Boom went boom right after he caught the football.
Yeah, the Williams rocking the blue and yellow won that battle right there for the Harbor Monsters. A big loss on second down, backs them up for a third down, and about medium now for the Axemen.
So now it's third down and 7, early in the second quarter, 7-0 Duluth. In circular motion around the near side is Williams, and the pass goes through his arms on the near boards, just across midfield into Duluth territory, covered on the play by Baron Malloy. And you know, it's nice when you hear a newcomer's name mentioned a lot early, and as Baron's name has been made, Baron Mallory so far in this game.
Yeah, he's certainly had his presence felt so far in this game, but a big fourth down. Axemen not electing to surrender the football. Could be a good opportunity here for the Harbor Monsters, give their offense a good field position.
They've already surrendered it once. And a play action fake by the quarterback. Throws, completes it, wide open, the catch at midfield by Vincent Wilkerson, and he takes it to Harbor Monster territory. And we've got an injured Harbor Monster. Tyree Williams is slow, and we have an injury timeout. That's brought to you by Orthopedic Associates, Southeastern Conference in Lexington. Thoroughbred country down there. Yep. So now they're waiting for the players who helped carry Tyree off. Now they return, so now they'll get ready at 1st and 10. Play action, quick fake, throwing into the end zone. Oh, hitting the corner boards hard was Deshaun Williams. He came to a quick stop as he found out real quickly exactly where those boards are in the corner. Wow.
Yeah, and those are hockey boards down there. They are used to taking a hit right there. And Deshaun Williams is going to ask for a blow right here after nailing the end boards. Quarterback just wet him a little bit too far right there, you can see. And
as John Madden would probably say, oof, on that one. Oh, John Madden, the late John Madden. All right, here we go now. It is 2nd and 10 from the Harbor Monsters 16-yard line. Wideouts left and right. There'll also be a slot man. That's Shaw. As dropping back, quick pass goes to Shaw. He cuts behind a block to the middle of the field and is brought down for a gain of only a yard or 2. Tackled on the play by Tyreek Mann.
And how about the big man out there? Michael Austin Fields did a good job rallying to the football and forced it back inside to the middle of the field where he had more guys rallying to the football, and just a short gain of about 2 yards there for the Axemen.
This will be the 7th play of this drive that began back at the 15-yard line in their own territory. 10:48 to go. First half, 7-0 Duluth. Pass caught at the 10 on the near boards. Battling for extra yardage after the catch, Joel Shaw. And they give him progress to the 6-yard line. He picks up apparently enough for the first down. He does. It'll be first and goal from the 6 as the catch by Shaw and a first down. They needed 8, and that's what he got him. So it's at the 6 now of the Harbor Monsters, who lead by 7. Jairus Grisham. Bad snap. Picked up by Grissom, and he had somehow got the handoff ahead to Boom Williams. I don't know how he did that.
I think maybe it wasn't even a handoff. You can see it was a bad snap when he started roll across. We kind of just did a two-handed little shovel pass underneath. Like he was tossing a sack of flour or something like that to his running back.
Normally in Duluth, come winter, a snow shovel is used a lot. That one was certainly not. It'll be second and goal now as they lose a yard to the 7. Second down and goal. 9.5 minutes to go first half. Jairus Grisham has a man in motion. That's Williams. Hands it off. Looking to cut through a gap is Boom Williams. He is hit at the 5 and is given progress to the 3-yard line. He picks up 4. Bringing up a third and goal at the 4-yard line. This, in terms of an Arena League drive, is a marathon.
That's about as long as they come right here. They got the ball.
Third and goal from the 4 as Grissom throws into the end zone. Penalty marker thrown into the end zone. Likely pass interference will be called on Dante Mason. We'll check.
Pass interference. Defense, number 10. The foul occurred in the end zone.
Morrison.
The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic. First
Morrison
down.
just got there a little too early. Pressure coming. It was such a tough play because he wanted to back up, but he was just too good of coverage. He was in his chest right there and had too early contact.
All right, so Morrison is charged with the foul. First and goal from the 1. And they, pick up the penalty marker. You can't anticipate penalties, gentlemen. You can't. This is an ace crew, though, let me tell you. These guys, best crew in the league. There's a sweep, and that's a touchdown. Touchdown by Boom Williams. That is his second rushing touchdown of the season. Simply a 1-yarder, and it makes it a 1-point game. Let's watch it again. And he gets a big gap after getting the handoff here.
Just right to the short side of the field there, not hit defenders, and he was easily walked into the end zone for the 1-yard score.
They're going to go for the single point after with 7:56 to go here in the second quarter up. And the handoff goes to Boom Williams. He's tackled at the 3. I kind of thought there was going to be a flag. There was some early motion.
Defense, number 15.
Yeah.
Half the distance of the goal. Replay the try.
Tyreek Mann was offside, and so it goes half the distance just outside the 2 and a second attempt for the single point.
Well, we've seen back-to-back carries here for Boom Williams. I'm curious if we can get a third one now with just a short distance to go for the point after.
Williams wide to the far side, wide to the near side, Wilkerson. The man running in the slot near side will be Deshaun Williams. He's in motion. So is the Boom Williams. Throw back the other end, wide open, a short catch outside the goal line by Joel Shaw, and it easily takes it in, and we've got a tie game at 7-7.
That may be one of the longest drives you will see this entire season. They got the ball to start off the second quarter. Now you can see the time just under 7.5, but a great pass over the middle of pressure in his face. Grissom hit his target, and Joel shot.
35 yards in 11 plays, including a penalty. And so we're all even up. 7.5 minutes halfway through the second quarter. And it's a 7-7 ball game here at the deck this evening. And now the Harbor Monsters will see what they can do. Yeah, they basically ate half the quarter.
Yeah. There's just a bend, but not enough break for the Harbor Monsters. Too much bend, too much break, not enough bend for the Harbor Monsters defense there. Timely penalty on the goal line as well. Really aided that drive for Eau Claire.
Looking at a lot of the gains, a 4-yard gain, a 2, an 8, a 4, but also a 16-yard gain. That was a big one on 4th down and 7 from the 18-yard line. So now the throw by Vincent Wilkerson. Maxwell is waiting inside his 5. Down to our right, throw angles to the far side. Bounces over the wall, and so that will come out at the 5-yard line. It's basically a touchback.
We have a touchback. The ball will be placed at the 5-yard line. First down, Duluth.
Yeah, you had it there, Tom. The ball bouncing into the end zone out of bounds. Very close, a yard earlier if it would have gone out of bounds. Then it would have been the ball at midfield for the Harbor Monsters because it had been a throwing violation, but an absolute dime of a throw-off right there.
Or if it just sails straight out of bounds is also a midfield spot. 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line. Javante just inside the goal line, gets the snap. Quick fake of a handoff. Throws complete far side to KJ Felder, who picks up about 3 yards to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, good tackle there by Jacob Davies. Very elusive ball carrier in KJ Felder. I think the biggest thing for him is the yards after catch for Felder, and that time he was really bottled up.
6.5 minutes to go, 2nd down and 7 now. Monsters at their 8, down below to our right. Just outside the goal line now is Javante Johnson. He gets the snap, drops just in across the goal line, now runs straight ahead. He's got room, and he's past the line of scrimmage, and he has an apparent first down at the 15-yard line. He picks up 8 as they spot it at the 15. Officially 7. 1st and 10.
It is enough for a first down, Duluth.
As he gets 7 on the run. Javante does not run a lot.
No, he does not.
But he certainly had a lot of room to do it there. 1st and 10 now at their own 15-yard line. Circular motion. Williams around to the near side. Javante steps up in the pocket, and he runs, gets past the goal line, and he picks up 5 there. And he's going to say, I'm going to take what you give me.
Yeah, and take what the defense gives you. I like the play there by Johnson, though. He had Couch and Williams going downfield one-on-one. They're both covered tightly. Take what the defense gives you, take the free 5 yards, and take this nice little business decision and take the slide.
2nd down and 6 from the 19-yard line. Harbor Monsters in their own territory, just over 5 minutes remaining. We're tied 7-7. There's a sweep on the handoff on the near side. Jarve Flowers as he brings it up and is brought down at about the 23-yard line. A.J. Brown among those on the tackle. Joe King was there as well for Eau Claire. They pick up 3, and it'll be now 3rd down and about 3 from the 19-yard line. Man in motion, goes slot far side. Quick pass over the middle, tackled at midfield after making the catch. McAllister, tackled by Jacob Davies, who is tied for 6th in the league this year with 31 tackles. It's enough for the first down. Mac attack.
Yeah, and kind of giving Eau Claire a taste of their own medicine right there. They sneak out McAllister, short little dump pass over the middle, and enough for the first down.
So he gets the first down on the 3-yard reception. And a fresh set of downs. In motion, KJ near side. Pass, Williams breaks a tackle at the 20. Down to the 10, to the middle of the field, where he's hit and brought down on the play by Derek Luton. but it'll be first and goal, I believe, from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, the bullet pass out to Williams. You could see he broke the first tackle in Shaq Currington, and then he hustled across the middle of the field and picked up the extra yardage. You can see the NFL talent on display there by Williams.
A 15-yard reception to the 10, first and goal. Only man in the backfield is Johnson. Quick pass incomplete. Well, it was behind KJ, and it was also a little ahead of Dan Williams. They were both on the near side. KJ in the slot. Williams was the wideout. Second and goal.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was intended for. It looked like Williams tried coming back for the football. Felder never even got his head around for it until it hit the turf.
From the 10-yard line of the Axemen of Eau Claire. Circular motion, wide out far side is Couch. Comes to the near side. Javante looking, throws, tipped into the air and out of bounds. Oh, he had Felder. He was back behind Shaq Currington, but the pass was tipped out of bounds, and it'll bring up third and goal.
You mentioned him earlier on this drive. He's got 2 tackles as well. Jacob Davies with a huge pass breakup right there, knocking the ball out of bounds. Felder had at least 2 steps on Currington.
Well, no doubt about it, you're in 4-down territory. Pretty much any time you're on the positive side of the midfield. Third and goal from the 10. Couch in motion. There's the throw. Couch catches it. Touchdown, Harbor Monsters. Jamal Couch, crossing pattern from near side to far side. Had a couple of steps on his defender, and he makes the catch for the touchdown. Jamal Couch with his 8th touchdown receiving of the year. And back in front are the Harbor Monsters.
Yeah, it was just a great route concept there, drew up by the coaching staff for the Harbor Monsters. Jamal Couch is in the end zone all by himself. All Javante Johnson had to do was be on time and on target, and he was.
Now the snap to Javante, pass near side, trying to break the tackle, Marcus Sessoms, but he could not get past Shaq Currington. And so the try for point is no good, but with exactly 2 minutes to go, our 2-minute warning is here as the Monsters lead 13-7. With to go in the second quarter. By the way, the 2-minute warning brought to you by Genero and Company as they hand the ball off now to Dan Williams, who lets it fly. Caught in the end zone by Ford. Angles to the middle, to the far side, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Penalty marker is down on the back end of the play. Tackled by Darius Morrison in Hayward territory, but I got an idea this.
Holding offense.
It's a hold.
10. Half the distance from the spot of the foul. First down, Eau Claire.
Yeah, and the most unfortunate thing there for Eau Claire is they got David Facone on the holding penalty there. It's going to be from the spot of the penalty for 10 yards back. So it happened around just inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah,
right around there.
Yeah, from the 14. Goes back 7. So it'll be first and 10 at the 7-yard line for Eau Claire in their own territory. Trailing 13-7 here in what's been a rather low scoring, but a first half suddenly become a half of long drives. There's a pass down wide open, and unable to come up with it is Williams. He was in the clear. Nobody was near him, but he looked back, tried to locate the ball, and he just could not find the handle.
Yeah, I was trying to run under it, like kind of Willie Mays style right there. Couldn't get enough air underneath the football right there as Jarius Grissom. The Harbor Monsters, Baird and Malloy was really tracking for that football. Ended up catching him to Williams, but a big miss shot right there for the Axemen.
However, it was not Vic Wirtz who threw the pass. We just want to double check that. Snap back now. Quick pass, far side, complete to Boom Williams. Hit at the 10, drives to about the 12. Tackled by Jarvey Flowers on the play. Up to the 12, a pickup of 5, bringing up a 3rd and 5. Hey, coming up at halftime, we'll visit with UFC mixed martial arts artist Alvin Hines. Third down and 5 at their own 12 now. They send a man in motion. Wilkerson in trouble, but they get the pass off and it's dropped. The pass, the pressure by Spruce. The pass dropped by Joel Shaw.
Yeah, I think Joel Shaw heard footsteps coming. A lot of Harbor Monsters around the football right there. Dante Mason was one of them, and they had a free shot at Shaw, and I think he maybe just let that one hit the turf on purpose, potentially.
I smell a surrender.
I think so, too, with just over a minute to go in this first half.
Or maybe not. It's 4th and 5 at their own 12 with 1:05 to go, first half.
Big play here. Harbor Monsters will receive the opening kickoff, start the second half.
Slot man in motion near side. Grissom drops back, gets the pass, intercepted and dropped. Oh, baby. It would have been a pick 6 for Michael Austin Fields. He had his hands on it, but he had his eyes on the end zone perhaps before he got that grasp on the football. But it's broken up, and the Harbor Monsters will take it over at the Eau Claire 12-yard line with time to go. Yeah.
You can see the big fella. He did a great job like any screen pass. Just drop back as soon as you can feel that coming. And there's good pressure in the backfield. And the Axemen have been doing it all game long, trying to just hit the little dink and dime downfield. But Michael Austin Fields with the near pick 6 right there. But great field position to start off for the Harbor Monsters here with just under a minute to go.
Yep, at the 12 for the Axemen, who trail 13-7. Harbor Monsters getting out over the football, Travis Whitlock. Dan Williams lines up in that power I formation. The running back is Demo, Darius Morrison. And they have a blocker now in motion. That's McAllister. Back to throw, lobbed and nearly caught going over the boards as the intended receiver goes over the boards and the defender. That was Couch going over the boards, and it looked like, yeah, that was Currington, the defender. They both went over the boards together. Now, with the clock under 2 minutes, the clock stops on the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now at the Eau Claire 12-yard line. They've got man in motion, far side Williams. Pitch goes to Demo. Tried to cut back, but he is corralled. The first to get to him there is defensive back Drew Robinson. And they stop him for no gains, and Duluth takes the first of their 3 timeouts with 40 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, not a lot of success on the ground so far this week. It's same thing last week. The ground game was not really there, and they had their main running back in James Harden. Now it's Darius Morrison's turn to run the football, but now I think we're going to look to go back into the air here, but the Harbor Monsters have only gone backwards so far on 2 plays.
Looked like when Demo got it, he had some open space around the far side, but he cut back right into the teeth of the defense.
Sometimes you just got to follow your blockers, put your head down, and just run through a guy and hope for the best.
So it'll be at the 12, 3rd down and 10 after the timeout by Duluth to stop the clock. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. They lead 13-7 here at the deck tonight. So it'll be a 3rd down and about 11, call it, because they spot it back at the 13-yard line. Man in motion, slot near side. Now rolling near side, Javante picked off at the goal line. Picked off by, I believe, Devon Ford. No, double check that. Shaq Currington picked it off at the goal line and returns it up to his own 8-yard line.
It was a tough pass to make here for Javante Johnson. Put a little too much air underneath that. If you'd have just fired a bullet pass into Williams, he would have had a catch there, but just too much loft underneath the football. Currington was all over that one. Played the zone perfectly. And Williams never even had a chance for that football.
6th interception on the season thrown by Javante. It's at their own 8-yard line. 30 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 8-yard line as Jairus Grissom, the quarterback, and they start the play clock.
Correction on the interception. Puritan on the interception throw.
And
Timeout, Duluth. Their first of the half.
nope, it would be their second.
Correction, their second of the half.
He heard me.
There's the only way that was possible. He heard you there. But yeah,
Tyler, do you have an FM radio on you down there?
hey, he wants to get in part of the action as well. I don't blame him.
By the way, our radio listeners in the Twin Ports listening on WEBC Duluth Superior, 106.5 FM, 560 AM, the Northland Fan. So the second of 3 timeouts, 30.1 seconds to go in this first half. And I've got to think long pattern here somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, the Harbor Monsters have brought a lot of pressure, but if they can get one guy behind the defense right here, one safety is going to be Duran Maxwell, they could have a lot of success.
Or maybe a hook and ladder. And a quick pass near side, caught inside the 10, and a pitch back into the end zone. Football is loose, still loose. Touchdown, recovered by the Harbor Monsters. A loose football in the end zone, and it's recovered for the touchdown by Tyreek Mann. And he carries that football off with him.
You had it called perfectly. They're looking for some sort of hook and ladder right there. McSweeney threw it backwards. There's nobody to go to. Loose ball for the scramble. The defense had smelled blood in the water. The ball's in the end zone, and Tyreek Mann, after a couple of hits from his defense, his other teammates freed that ball up.
Well, that certainly blew up in Eau Claire's face on that particular series. And the Harbor Monsters now will look for the point after touchdown here. They're going to go for one as they lead now 19-7 they will run the clock here. They'll get the clock running during the point after touchdown. And they start the play clock. And they're at the 5 for the single point after try after the fumble recovery in the end zone by the Harbor Monsters. A carry Toyota touchdown. Snap back to Javante. Has time, throws, caught. Wide open in the back of the end zone was Jamal Couch. And it is now a 20-7 lead with 13.7 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, he had Jamal Couch wide open right away up the seam. Had a little bit of time to let the play develop, though. He stepped up in the pocket, drew the defense up, and hit him right in the numbers there for the 1-point try.
Well, that play works.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like a bad play right there for the Harbor Monsters after turning over the football when you had a first and goal coming up, and then they get the fumble recovery in the end zone.
That ball was the proverbial hot potato. Nobody could seem to come up with it. Finally, it was a man falling on it. I mean, like he just covered the ball with his body and made the recovery to get the touchdown in a 20-7 lead. Quite a turnaround in the last few seconds of this second quarter.
Yeah, there's no need to scoop to score there. Just fall on it and get that football.
Here is Williams with the throw, caught by Ford at the 2. Angles to the far side, outside the hash mark, to the far board, and he is pounded into the wall on a solid hit by Dante Mason. Oh, baby, he felt that one, and he is slow getting up, that being Devon Ford.
Yeah, Dante Mason bringing the wood on that hit right there. Because Ford's going to take a seat, and he's going to probably be taking a rest until the halftime break here.
Probably
7
wondering
seconds remaining.
Probably wondering if there's a church in the neighborhood because he was hearing bells. Sorry. 1st and 10 now from their own 12-yard line. We've been at this yard line a lot lately. From 3rd and 5 at the 12 for Eau Claire. And the Harbor Monsters took it over on downs. A play from the 12, a play from the 12. Then the interception. And now back at the 12, another fumbled snap. as Grissom throws it deep. Battle for in the end zone. And yeah, it's going to be pass interference. There was a lot of battling in the end zone. Deshaun Williams battling Jarve Flowers.
Jarve Flowers known for his offense there, but sometimes it's better to take the penalty than give up 6 points right there.
That's a 10-yard penalty.
I'll double check that.
Automatic first down. There'll be an untimed down.
There is no time on the clock. The ball off the pass interference. It's 15 yards, by the way. Even though it happened in the end zone, comes out to the 22-yard line where it's 1st and 10. They get one untimed play to the Axemen. Trailing by 13, final play of the first half coming here. Long throw, it's up for grabs, tipped and caught. Touchdown, tipped into the hands of Vincent Wilkerson. So it's not the last play of the first half. And a penalty marker thrown. Wilkerson on top of the boards was celebrating. It was tipped off the hands, by the way, of McSweeney.
Yeah, McSweeney's a big target down there, but Wilkerson made the heads-up high IQ play there. Get behind the pile. Nobody was there to defend him, and he got all of that unnecessary celebration right there up on the boards and let the home team know that he had that score.
So, unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Number 17 on the offense. His first of the game. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the point after try.
All right, so it'll go from the 5 out to the 20-yard line.
So it is a touchdown for Wilkerson.
It is a touchdown pass, cutting the lead to 20-13 with no time on the clock. And yeah, it goes all the way back to the 25-yard line to try for the single point after. It'll be at midfield. Wilkerson circles in motion around to the near side. Sweetie back in trouble, and he is brought down. The ball comes loose, in and out of the hands. Boom Williams finally falls on it just ahead of Darius Morrison. So the point after no good.
Of the first half.
Halftime, Harbor Monsters lead by 7, 20-13. Back with halftime after this. To start the third quarter, and the Harbor Monsters getting it down to our left. Here is the throw, and caught at the 4. Up the middle to the 10 to the 15. Oh, and being wrestled to the ground at the 20-yard line was Kevin Felder. Shaq Currington came and in reminiscent of the Spooner Rodeo that's going on this weekend, he bulldogged KJ down to the turf.
Yeah, absolutely. We just got done talking to Elvin Hines, who's in the UFC. That looked like it was a move right to the WWE right there, kind of like a suplex tackle.
I used to work wrestling at the International Amphitheater in Chicago back in the late 60s, early 70s. That's how it was, really before showtime. There's a handoff, Felder. Felder cannot break free from the tackle by Stephen Thomas. He brings him down, and it's a pickup of a yard to the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 9. This is, they talk about the first plays of the third quarter. This is huge for, especially the way that second quarter ended.
Yeah, it looked like the Axemen just sucked all the momentum out of the building right now, so the Harbor Monster trying to get a good drive here to start off the second half.
Felder in motion, slot far side, quick pass, caught over the middle, Marcus Sessoms. He's Mr. Dependable safety valve receiver. That's, he's going to be open most of the time, and maybe the first, second, third read for Javante, but Sessoms is a very reliable possession guy. It's at the 20 of Eau Claire, 1st and 10. On the handoff, slant to KJ, bouncing around. He's got the entire Eau Claire team to tackle him at the 16-yard line of Eau Claire, a pickup of 4.
Yeah, Felder spun out of that tackle and then all of a sudden disappeared into the cloud of white right there. Gang tackling to a T right there by the Axemen.
So now it's 2nd and 6 at the Eau Claire 16-yard line. In motion, Dan Williams, circular to the near side as Javante, sidearm pass, caught by McAllister at the 15 and is ruled out of play at the 12-yard line. He picks up 4, bringing up a 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd down from the 12-yard line. 3rd and 2.
And I got to give credit there to Travis Whitlock. He had one guy on each arm right there giving a double-man block, the lone blocker downfield to give Johnson enough time to get that ball downfield.
Well, Witt's got a series of pipes. Those 2 arms are huge. There is Felder in motion. Fired over the middle. Low, but a great catch. Down to the 6-yard line, the catch by Marcus Sessoms. There he is again.
Yeah, you mentioned Mr. Reliable right there. Low pass, but it did not matter for Sessoms. Got his big hands on that football, and a huge first down on a 3rd and short.
And, well, he's one of those guys that shows versatility, can keep you playing a long time, because he'll play offense, play defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's looking a lot more comfortable catching the football and snapping it in this game, too,
Yes.
for the Harbor Monsters.
Without a doubt. But he did the best he could. He gave it a great shot. So now it's 1st and goal from the 6. Power I formation. At least that's how I'm describing it. The handoff goes to Morrison. Hit at the 5, and he disappears there. Brought down by Stephen Thomas and others. But, he is slow getting up, and he is holding his right arm, right hand after that tackle. And so coming on to replace him is David Facconi. The ball is at the 3. 2nd and goal after the 3-yard gain. As Javante fires over the middle, caught in the end zone, touchdown. Touchdown, Harbor Monsters. Touchdown. He deserved it. Marcus Sessoms.
Absolutely. It was Marcus Sessoms' drive right there, and it was only right that he would capitalize it off with that touchdown. Once again, you could see him coming across. He's starting on the right side. One-on-one coverage. Great move there. And strong hands to make the grab for the touchdown and get down low, big fella.
You know, the position he essentially played, you always hear fans talk about, I wish my team threw to the tight end more. That was basically a tight end route.
And then little drag right there over the middle.
Yep. You hear it on talk shows all the time. I wish my team would. Why don't we throw to the tight end more? So now they're going to go for 2. As Devontae is flushed out of the pocket, flushed way back, throwing for upper grabs, tipped it incomplete. That time, Javante was just sending it to the end zone and figuring maybe somebody will get a lucky jump or a lucky tip, but it was no good.
Yeah, they're trying to emulate that touchdown pass to Wilkerson at the end of the half right there. But credit to Johnson just buying himself enough time to get that football off and up to the end zone.
I mean, he was back to about the 18 or so yard line in his own end. Of course, remember now, folks, it is a 50-yard field, so a little bit different from the conventional field of 100 yards. But they've doubled the numbers, and remember, in the third quarter, they had doubled the numbers on the Axemen back then, 32-16 in the first meeting. But it wound up being a 7-point win for the Harbor Monsters. It was a lot closer.
Yeah, and right now the Harbor Monsters want to pick up right where they left off defensively, flush that last play of the half, get back to what you were doing earlier in the game, only allowing 7 points up until that final play of the first half.
So now, the throw-off coming.
Number 6,
Jamal Couch on the throw. And there's the throw. It bounces at the 6. Bounces deep into the end zone. Picked up by Luton. Luton gets out of the end zone barely, maybe not. They may give him progress to the 1 yard line, and they are. Referee Tyler Downs saying he got out to the 1. So close to perhaps being a safety.
Yeah, and we've talked about it time and time again, the dangers of letting that football bounce on the throw-off, and he's certainly going to be kicking himself right there. Fortunate to get out to the 1 yard line as the Harbor Monsters were rallying.
Hey, a safety's still a possibility here.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just 3 feet away. So you've got Fields in the middle on the front line along with Spruce and Mann. Those are the 3. Linebacker Dante Mason and Baron Malloy. Handoff, getting hit just outside the goal line and bouncing off of a would-be tackle to the 5 yard line is Joel Shaw. Looked like he was in danger for just a hot moment.
Yeah, you got to give Joel Shaw all the credit right there. Looked like he was surefire, tackled on the goal line, if not even further back, but he got enough job to get his quarterback some room here out to the 5 yard line.
A pickup of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 5. Snap, quick pitch, and carrying it out to the 10 yard line is Shaw once again. A yard shy of what they need for the first down. They needed 6, he gets 5. And it'll be 3rd down and 1 at the 10 yard line. And a defensive player is down on his back, and that is Lavelle Spruce. We have an Orthopedic Associates injury timeout on the field. 8:55 remaining third quarter. Harbor Monsters lead 26-13. Going back to that third quarter, I think it was 32-16 that the Harbor Monsters led in that third quarter, but had to hang on and got a lucky fumble on a snap for them to win 47-40.
And you'll take wins as you can get them, but Harbor Monsters got to lock down defensively now. If Spruce he'll be out for at least a couple plays here, it appears, and they're already down 1 defender, and Tyree Williams went out with an injury in the first half.
Fact it was Eau Claire starting the third quarter, and they fumbled in the end zone. The Harbor Monsters recovered, and with 9:57 to go third quarter, first time around, they led 32-16. So now they're up at the 10 yard line, 3rd down and 1 for Eau Claire in their own territory. Play action fake, and the throw wide open. Catch made downfield by Williams, and he gets it across midfield. Double check that. That's McSweeney, I'm sorry. McSweeney, a single 4, not 44, and he gets progress to the 23 yard line of the Harbor Monsters. 17 yard reception on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, McSweeney is all by himself right there. The Harbor Monsters had a blown coverage, brought too many guys to pressure the quarterback.
Quick handoff off the snap, and getting corralled, lost for a couple of yards on the play. Joel Shaw. Dante Mason was there on the tackle, and also so was Michael Austin Fields.
Yeah, Michael Austin Fields got his big paws on him right there, and Shaw was only going down from the start. Kind of an indecision right there between the quarterback, Jarius Grissom, and Shaw. Looked like he wanted to pull it last second, but the running back already clamped his arms down on the football, so it was going to be his to keep.
A loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 from their own 24 yard line. Man in motion, slot far side. And Sweeney back to throw. That is Grissom, I should say. Throws, has an open man far sidelines, who leaps over the would-be tackle of Baron Malloy, and like a high hurdler, takes it down to the Harbor Monsters' 11 yard line.
Yeah, we've seen the Harbor Monsters go low the entire game so far. Great recognition right there by Deshaun Williams, hurdling and had enough for the first down with the forward momentum.
A 15-yard reception, and it's 1st and 10 from the Harbor Monster 11-yard line. They send the man in motion. Shaw gets the handoff, fumbles the ball, picked up on the run by Mason. Mason will take it all the way for the touchdown. A fumble. Return for the touchdown. Dante Mason picked it up on the dead run, took it down the far side, and wow, what a turnaround there. Right place, right time for Dante Mason.
You could see that it was a true scoop and score, and nobody but green grass in front of Dante Mason there. A big-time fumble recovery when the defense seemed to stop. Sounded like Eau Claire was making a big push right there, and they got it right there by the scoop and score by Dante Mason.
He took that better than half the distance of the field down there. And now the Monsters will look for two, leading 32-13. What a turnaround there. Second touchdown of the third quarter for the Harbor Monsters. Looking for two. Javante sends Felder in motion. Javante rolls to the near side, throws across his body and overthrows his intended receiver, Sessoms, who was open, but throwing across his body and running against his momentum, forced that pass just to get airmailed, and a souvenir from Benna Ford for that youngster who has got a football. Kind of like the way Alvin Hines was holding on to his football. He wouldn't let it go. He was happy.
And you were not getting that ball out of Alvin Hines' hands.
No.
We shook his hand after that, and he had some absolute mitts on him. There's a reason why they don't need gloves in the MMA, or they got very light gloves for the UFC.
He's going to take that to bed with him tonight, I guarantee you. So it's with 5:33 to go in the third quarter. It's 32-13. And the Harbor Monsters will throw it to Eau Claire from left to right. Jamal Couch will do the honors down to our left. And back to return, Jacob Davies. He awaits at his own goal line. There he is on our screen. Couch lets it fly. Caught on the fly at the 4. Ahead to the 10, to the 15. Spinning away from tackles up to midfield on the return. A good return by Jacob Davies. Returns at about 21 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10, Eau Claire at midfield.
Yeah, Davies didn't do anything complicated right there. He got the ball, ran straight up the field, and it was a great return out to midfield there. And number 21, Davies, a defensive back.
So, from midfield, 1st and 10, but all of a sudden Eau Claire looks and said, wow, we're down 19.
Yeah, and if you think about it for Eau Claire, you're just really upset because it's two big turnovers right now, and they've both resulted in, it's two fumbles that have resulted in points for the Harbor Monsters directly.
Man in motion goes on the slot far side, as back is Grissom. To the far side, he lost the handle, bad pass, nearly picked off by Flowers. Flowers was the closest to it as it went out of bounds across the way, and another Benna Ford souvenir. Yeah, even the big kids like the souvenirs.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get your paws on the football, I don't see why not. I'd love to come down with one too, but I don't see one coming up here anytime soon.
No.
Unlike the other sports going on in the summertime, baseball, maybe you'd get better luck getting a ball up here.
The T-shirt cannon has a better chance.
Oh, absolutely.
That's got some range on it. All right, in motion, McSweeney, near side to far side. He resets now, and now is in motion straight ahead to the slot far side. Quick pass over the middle, immediately hit after making the catch is Williams. He is knocked down on the play by Dante Mason. Mason having a big night for himself.
Timeout on the field for an injury to an offensive player.
We have an injured Axemen, and on the injury is Deshaun Williams. And he is slow to get up, and he is the one who made the play, and they gave him progress to the Harbor Monster 22-yard line, a pickup of 3. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, but Mason, you mentioned it. He's had himself an excellent game so far. You know, there was a good open field tackle there to bring down the elusive Williams, who we just saw have a great hurdle, and possession prior to this one for the Axemen.
And you can see we've just hit the 4-minute mark remaining in the third quarter. Harbor Monsters with the commanding lead. For those listening on radio, 32-13. Man in motion, far side for the Axemen. Running up the gut to the near side is Jairus Grissom, and he is put into the boards at about the 13 or 12-yard line. It's enough for a first down. They give him progress, call it the 14, a pickup of 8 yards. They needed 7.
Yeah, it was the first time we've seen Grissom tuck it and run, but he's certainly paid a price right there. As we mentioned the name earlier, Dante Mason slammed him into the boards, and you might think twice about running again.
In high school, Grissom, highly touted passer and runner. There is a pass over the middle, deflected away from the intended receiver, Boom Williams, and that one was knocked away nicely by the defense and Baron Malloy.
And Malloy was all over that one. Great defense right there. He was right in the receiver's hip pocket, high pointed the football, knocked it away to the turf.
Those must be the tailored football pants that have the pockets, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Special tailored models, yes. Those the big guys.
They came from the big city of New York. Of course they got them.
That's right. They are New York uniforms. Oh baby, 2nd and 10 from the 13. A snap, back it goes to the quarterback Grissom, who then overthrows the intended receiver Joel Shaw, who actually took the snap on that play. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 now coming up at the 13. So that's the first time we have seen where Grissom, the quarterback, did not take the snap.
And it's just something to buy him a little bit more time with the Harbor Monsters pressure right now. It's been led by Lavelle Spruce, Darius Morrison, and Tyreek Mann as well.
They're now at the 13 and in trouble. The helmet comes off. Penalty marker goes down. Pass incomplete on a desperation pass to Wilkerson. Shaken up on the play, Baron Malloy. He gets up a little slow. Also helping in coverage.
Face mask. Defense.
It's a face
33.
mask that took the helmet off of Jairus Grissom.
Yeah, and I think you can see Michael Austin Fields trying to plead his case, but he had his hands up high, and I think he was saying that he had the backside of the helmet right there. I don't know if he quite got the face mask with their head official, Tyler Downs, right? He had the best view of it. Must have been a little bit too much helmet for that tackle.
Yep, certainly did. So now the ball was at the 13. It's now down to the 7-yard line, and it's 1st and goal. 1st and goal. And
timeout, Duluth.
Duluth takes its first of 3 second-half timeouts here at the deck. With 1:25 to go, third quarter. Harbor Monsters with the lead. They led at the intermission by 7, 20-13. It's now 32-13. Maybe changing the count or changing the play. He gets the snap, drops straight back, rolls to the near side, and gets down to the goal line. Look to me, that snap was from the 7. Looked to me like he took the snap and stepped on the side hash marks here.
Seeing the replay.
Yeah.
He did get back inside the lane right on the 7-yard line, fortunately for the Axemen.
But from what I understand, you're not supposed to step on those hash marks. You got to stay in between them. There he goes outside. And again, the line of scrimmage was the 7-yard line. And Tyler Downs.
The ruling on the touchdown. Previous play is on the first. A running lane violation.
There we go. All right, that he did get into the end zone for the touchdown. But again, we'll keep an eye on the feet of Grissom. The sky judge is just a couple of booths down
After
to our
review,
right.
The ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
Wow.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock.
I'm not sure I jive with
Thank
that,
you.
but I don't have the white hat. So it's a touchdown. Grissom on a 7-yard run. And now they will go for one. We're under a minute for the third quarter. Back to throw, Grissom, quick pass far side into the end zone along the far boards is Boom Williams. He was the man in motion from the wide out near side, came across and was wide open in the far turn of the boards in the end zone, and the point after is good. Cuts the lead to 32-20 with 46.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. First score of the second half for Eau Claire.
Yeah, that's something Duluth's got to keep their eyes out for. When you bring so much pressure, you got to make sure you get enough guys to cover, especially the running back coming out of the backfield right there, and nobody within 5 yards is just an easy point after right there for Shaw.
Well, that's been a big factor in the second half with Grissom's running now. Suddenly he's decided to take it on his own and go ahead and be the offensive attack for Eau Claire. And they've cut it to 12, 32-20 with a full quarter plus a few seconds to go. Kevin Felder will take the throw at the goal line down to our left. The throw coming from, apparently it'll be Wilkerson. Wilkerson will throw it from right to left. And waits for the play clock to be circled into motion. Once he gets the word, Wilkerson now left-handed throw to the near side from the 2. Felder towards the middle to the 10, not even to the 10. Brought down by Currington at the 9-yard line. So Felder could not escape the grasp of Shaq Currington. And so Harbor Monsters will start this drive first and 10 at their own 9-yard line with 29 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 12-point lead right now for Duluth, looking for their 5th win in 7 starts this year. So let's see where we go now with this. Javante has Jarve Flowers in the slot on the near side, goes in motion, near side to far side. Another man in motion across the way, long pass down far side, Williams, broken up, no, pass interference. At the last moment, Shaq Currington came over and made contact and drew the penalty marker.
Yeah, you're going to see on the replay right here, Williams was all by himself downfield. Blew right by the coverage. It was blown coverage, and the contact is way too early there for Currington. I don't know what, there's no argument for him. Flag was flying right as soon as he made that contact before the ball even hit the turf.
So the ball goes up to the 16-yard line of the Harbor Monsters. First and 10
That's the end of the third quarter.
From their own 16, and we've reached the end of 3 quarters here at the deck. It is 32-20. Harbor Monsters heading to the fourth quarter after this on Harbor Monsters football. All right, first and 10 from their own 21. They put a man in motion, Couch. He gets the handoff, finds a hole off the right side, and slams it out to about the 23, 24-yard line. Call it the 23, a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it seems like just a couple times a game you get Jamal Couch on that little jet sweep action. We can call it that here in the Arena League with the shorter field.
The basics of the play, the fundamental of it is the same.
Yeah.
Wide out, going in motion from one side to the other and getting the handoff and sweeping around. from the 24-yard line. Pickup of 5, 2nd and 5 make that. And it's incomplete on the pass intended for Jarvey Flowers Sr. as the ball is up at the 24-yard line. 3rd down and 5, 1 yard deep into the Harbor Monster territory, their side of the 25. Javante, lone man in the backfield, 2 wideouts far side, 1 in the slot. Now Williams, circle motion from near side to the far side. Snap back to Javante, runs straight up the middle. He's got a 1st down, dives ahead to the 15 to the 14-yard line, tackled by Currington.
Yeah, we saw Eau Claire take advantage of it with Grissom. Now it's going to be Javante Johnson's turn. He saw the open lane. He knew he needed 5 yards on 3rd down and got that and many more. A good tuck and run there by the veteran quarterback.
Same basically it's a quarterback draw in a way. And it worked. 1st and 10 from the 14, I should say, of Eau Claire. Running back to the right, that is Morrison. Now he switches over to the left side of Johnson. Dan Williams in motion. Pitch goes to the running back down to the 5, to the 4, to the 3. Morrison bowls his way down there. Joe King on the tackle along with Jacob Davies. But it is going to be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. A gain for Demo of 12 yards.
Yeah, fantastic play call, and Demo just slightly tripped himself up by the turf monster right there as he broke the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, I think he would have had 6.
Truly, the turf monster is alive for the Harbor Monsters. Think about the irony of that. Now the handoff, sweep around the near side. There goes Couch, turns the corner along the near boards, into the end zone. Touchdown, Harbor Monsters. Touchdown, Jamal Couch. He gets another rushing touchdown here this evening.
Now, whether it's on the ground or through the air, Jamal Couch has scored in every single game for the Harbor Monsters this year, and he's going to find his way into the end zone right there on that, of course, patented jet sweep right there for the Harbor Monsters.
He came into the game with a combined 11 touchdowns, 7 through the air, 4 on the ground. They will go for 2. Leading 38-20, trying to go up by 20 here. Demo, running back, left side of Jarvey, throws wide open over the middle. Wide open, caught, touchdown, Mac attack, Ladarian McAllister, right across the middle. The pass right on the money, and the Harbor Monsters are up by 20, 40-20 after the Cary Toyota touchdown and 2-point conversion.
Yeah, there's no need to throw that one up. That one is thrown on an absolute line, a bullet pass there by Javante Johnson to the Mac attack. You're seeing the replay, just kind of a tight end stream right up the middle. Eau Claire's susceptible of that all game long. The Harbor Monsters finally capitalize on it right there in the 2-point try.
So a 20-point lead, still 11:29 remaining in the 4th quarter here at the deck. But the Harbor Monsters have, for the second time tonight, doubled the point total of Eau Claire. So now the throw-off coming. Harbor Monsters throwing from right to left. Waiting the throw is Wilkerson back at his own goal line. And Jamal Couch, just coming off the rushing touchdown, will now throw it from right to left and lets it fly left-handed. Bounces at the 6 and out of bounds. It'll come out to the 5-yard line on the touchback. Another Benaford football winds up, not far from the Eau Claire bench across the way. And so the ball will be put at the 5, 1st and 10 Eau Claire, their own 5-yard line. Well, let's see if Grissom continues to call his own number and run it.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to find something here just with 11-18 to go in the ball game. Clock will be rolling. They got to score points fast. and quick and a lot.
Wideouts left and right now. A slot man near side. Wilkerson pass overthrown coming across the middle. Patrick McSweeney. He ran into double coverage there of Michael Austin Fields and Tyreek Mann. 2nd and 10. Simple pattern over the middle and pass just a little over lead. 2 wideouts near side, 1 in the slot, and a running back in the backfield. Snap. Grissom deep in the end zone, throws, and it is broken up at the last moment by Maxwell. That looked like that was over the outside shoulder there for Patrick McSweeney, but at the last moment, great job by Maxwell breaking it up.
Yeah, he just kind of used his body to force him out of the way right there. No hand fighting, went to high point the football, and just went through the hands as he was backpedaling, trying to get underneath that one.
Here we are, 3rd and 10 now for the Axemen from their 5. Snap to a short man, now given to Grissom, who runs, and he is twisted down to the ground at the 10-yard line by Dante Mason. A pickup of 5, but a penalty marker thrown on the play.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Lavelle Spruce right here for after the play. Looked like he was letting, I think it was number 5.
That is Boom Williams.
After the play was over, personal foul. Defense, number 7.
Yep.
15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
Ouch. So it goes from the 4th. It'll go out to midfield to the 25 and a 1st down on what was a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, on 4th down too, but now personal foul. Give him a free 15 yards at ball at midfield when a stop could have just potentially put away the game.
Yeah, probably would have been looking perhaps at the surrender. Now again, the snap to Shaw, then the throw angled to the near side, complete from Grissom to Wilkerson. And he is brought down at the Harbor Monster 21-yard line, a pickup of 4, 2nd and 6. So now they're using the intermediary, shall we say, in Shaw, and now Grissom is lined up for probably the 3rd or 4th time here. There goes Shaw. Back it goes to Grissom. Throwing wide open, had a man wide open. Boom Williams, and he overthrew him. Wide open in the end zone, near corner. My, oh my.
Yeah, that was about as a blown coverage as it gets. Williams was so open. He just needed to get it anywhere in the vicinity of him, but he ran out of real estate and into the boards and watched the ball sail out of bounds. Fortunate for the Harbor Monsters.
Closest Harbor Monsters to him was the Harbor Monsters dance team. 3rd and 6 from the Harbor Monster 21. Again, the snap to Shaw. Back to Grissom. Has to get rid of it quickly under pressure. Along the boards on the near side. Incomplete for Wilkerson. Covered by Flowers and Dante Mason. It's 4th down. Ball at the 21-yard line. 4th and 6. 8:03 left to go. We're about halfway through the 4th quarter, folks. Harbor Monsters by 20, 40-20. So again, Shaw will get the snap, does. Pitches back to Grissom. Grissom throws. Wide open catch, McSweeney, who got behind the coverage of Malloy, and he makes the catch for a 1st down at the Harbor Monster 11-yard line, a pickup of 10. They needed 6.
Yeah, you just hate to see it if you're Baron Malloy because he is right about to make a play and he broke for the football, has lost his footing.
There's a handoff to Shaw this time as Grissom took the snap. Shaw battling at the 10, still battling And looks like they will mark him down at the 9-yard line, a pickup of 2. 2nd and 8 now from Harbor Monster 9-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring. You don't say that often in this league, though.
No, you do not.
So now they set the ball down at the 9-yard line. The snap from Marcelo Holguin. And directly goes to Grissom this time. Grissom drops back, now runs. Shovel pass ahead. And being tackled but diving into the end zone was Deshaun Williams. A 9-yard shovel pass as the quarterback showed run and then just shoveled it up ahead, and the touchdown for Williams as he hurdles over a defender.
Yeah, and it was you could see Dante Mason trying to make a play on the quarterbacks. He stepped up in the pocket, and just a great pass there to Williams.
Wilkerson near side. They go for a point, and it's incomplete outside the goal line. Covering on the play, Jarve Flowers, intended for Boom Williams. The point after, no good. 6:07 to go, fourth quarter. And the Harbor Monsters lead by 14, 40-26. Fourth quarter action coming your way. Don't forget, folks, 2 weeks from tonight, Ozarks Lunkers come to town. Let's see if we can scrape the scales off a few Lunker bass in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
Look at Whitlock. He's having a good time there. Don't worry. Bobby McFerrin, don't worry. Be happy. Be happy.
Yeah, there's no worries for the Harbor Monsters right now. Sitting up top of the league, taking on the team at the bottom of the league with a 14-point lead. And just over 6 minutes to go, looking to get another score on the board, potentially close this thing out.
Well, remember, the Harbor Monsters off next week, so if they do win, they could be 2 games up, but with 2 games for the rest of the league to play.
That's right.
Back to return for Duluth, number 0, Sosa Maxwell.
So Maxwell on the catch from the 3. Starts right, goes left, has a lane on the near side. Gets away from a tackle to the 15, to the 20, to the 25-yard line, where he's finally brought down by Currington. He escaped a near tackle on the near boards. Wow.
And now you see me, now you don't. Sosa Maxwell. It wasn't too much of the speed on the spin right there, but it was very effective. Just flung the defenders off them. They thought they were close to the boards, but not close enough, as Maxwell looked like he was dead in the water on the 10-yard line and brought it all the way up to midfield.
Now remember, he's 4th in the league in total returns and return yardage. That time, he picked up the nickname Houdini. Snap back. Javante, quick pass to Williams. Oh, he deked the heck out of Jacob Davies and picked up another 4 or 5 yards after the catch.
Yeah, he gave him a little 1-2 stutter step move, and Jacob Davies left his ankles at the 15-yard line right there.
They pick up 12, 1st and 10. Davies might want to pick up a couple of pieces of his equipment after that deal. And if you're a football player, ex-football player, you know what we're talking about. All right, 1st and 10 from the 13. There's the handoff, and Felder spins away and gets about 5. Fortunately, he didn't have a tearaway jersey, and his T-shirt under wasn't a tearaway either. But he broke away from it and took it down, and we've got a defender slow in getting up at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Stephen Thomas met Felder in the backfield. Looked like he had him wrapped up for sure, but the speed right there of Felder just spun right out of the tackle again and able to get positive again when it looked like he was going to be tackled well behind the line of scrimmage.
And we have an Orthopedic Associates injury timeout for Eau Claire, as being helped off the field, Joe King. So the ball, after all that, for a gain of 3.
Again, a reminder for those of you who want to
Yeah, we see a lot of those Harbor Monsters shirts.
Players will be in the deck lobby following the game for autographs.
And you can get them here, right on the concourse. They've got the team store. You can also order online at DuluthMonsters.com. 2nd and 7 from the 10-yard line of Eau Claire. 4:44 remaining fourth quarter. 14-point lead for the Harbor Monsters. Wideouts left and right. Running back, that is KJ Felder, right off the right side of Devontae. Quick pitch, and boy, there he goes into the end zone, touchdown. That was quick. Didn't take any time at all. Quick pitch, he had the lane and dashed into the end zone. Felder with his second rushing touchdown of the year.
Yeah, Eau Claire rushed 4 up the middle and on that left side, and they guessed wrong before they could even notice KJ Felder's into the end zone for the easy score there, and a great play design by the coaching staff of the Harbor Monsters.
Whitlock with a great block on the play as well, kind of sealed off that lane. So now Harbor Monsters will go for 2, leading by 20. So now there goes Felder in motion, slot near side. Devontae has time, throws, caught at the goal line, and McAllister backs in for the 2-point conversion. That is the 6th 2-point conversion this year for the Harbor Monsters.
Yeah, the Mac attack looking like a matchup. Beep, 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 and backing up into the end zone.
3:30 remaining fourth quarter. Harbor Monsters now by 22, 48-26. Don't get too comfortable, folks. This is arena football. Things can happen in a hurry. Don't want to be a prophet, believe me. But remember, Harbor Monsters first time around doubled their score in the third quarter, 32-16, and held on to win by 7. That's the unexpected thing that can happen, and can also be the exciting things that can happen in arena football. There they are. Best dance troupe in the league, bar none. All right, throw off now for the Harbor Monsters from right to left. There is Jamal Couch. Left-handed thrower, just underneath the ceiling. Caught on the fly at the 3. Straight ahead to the 10, the 15-yard line on the return by Jacob Davies. They'll give him progress to the 15, where it'll be 1st and 10 Axemen at their own 15-yard line. DuluthMonsters.com. Make sure you've got tickets 2 weeks from tonight when the Lunkers come to town. 1st and 10. Bye week for the Monsters. And tell you what, they're going to enjoy that week off this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Much deserved. And they would love to go with it into a win into the bye week.
All right, now they got Shaw, who gets it back to Grissom. Grissom from the end zone, a little lob pass. Oh my goodness, they're calling a penalty on Maxwell. It looked like he hit them the same time as the ball. Let's look at that one.
It looked like it was perfect timing. They're going to say pass interference. It was about bang, bang as you get right there.
Maybe just a fraction of a second.
You'd think that, yeah.
There
Maybe.
were 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Personal foul, defense. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 7. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Automatic first down on roughing the passer. And so they will march the football and spot it at the Harbor Monster 20-yard line. That's a heck of a penalty right there.
Absolutely. Just over 3 minutes to go. Looks like the Harbor Monsters might come away with a win, but a big game down in the Ozarks. They are up by 6 right now, just under 9 minutes to go over the Iowa Whoop.
Oh, baby. Now in motion goes Wilkerson. Pump fake and thrown away. That's got to be grounding, and it is. Penalty marker Grissom will be called for intentional grounding as Lavelle Spruce and Tyreek Mann were both there.
Intentional grounding. Offense.
That's
7.
it.
Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Includes loss of down, second down.
All right. Loss it down, second down. And from the spot of the foul, they'll march off the penalty. All right. 32-26. Isn't technology wonderful?
Yeah, we got our fan club app working up here.
There you go. I hope you got credit for it. Back to throw now, Grissom. Grissom being chased out of the pocket. Throws it off short to Boom Williams, and he is brought out of bounds against the boards on the near side at their own 23-yard line. It's still third down and just this side of Cloquet. They get it back to Grissom off the snap to Shaw. And the long pass way overthrown wide open was Wilkerson along the boards on the near side near the goal line. But that is a Benna Ford football souvenir down in the near corner for one of the VIP. Shaw will get the snap. And then back to Grissom. Grissom now shoves it ahead to Shaw. He makes the catch. He breaks a tackle, couple tackles, and he is down at the Harbor Monster 18. But they needed to get to the 10-yard line, and it'll go over on downs.
Yeah, I get what Shaw was doing there, breaking the tackles, and he had a slight chance. It looked like he could have lateraled the football, but I don't know if he was just not comfortable enough with coughing up the ball, and I don't think he knew where he was at either on the field with his back turned to the end zone.
So it goes over on downs at the Harbor Monster 18-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 with 1:48 remaining. And again, we're inside of 2 minutes. So any incomplete pass will stop the game clock. All right, Couch wide to the far side. Sessoms, essentially a wingback on the near side. KJ is in the slot far side. There'll be 2 in the slot with a man in motion. As Devontae now has room, passes it up ahead, bouncing off one tackle with Sessoms. Did not bounce away from the second tackle, David Facone, and they get it up to the Eau Claire 24-yard line. An 8-yard reception, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, it was a good catch and run right there. We got to credit the defense right now. They've forced 3 turnovers on downs, 1 surrender, and 2 forced fumbles as well. Set up their offense.
Johnson with time. Good blocking by Whitlock. Wide open. Catch made. Down to the 5 is Sessoms. Still on his feet. He's carrying tacklers to the goal line. And they finally get him down at the 1-yard line. And you know, blocking was Whitlock. Guess who was down there to block after the reception?
I saw number 44, Whitlock, down there. And you can just tell the difference that he's made for this offensive line. Rather than Sessoms blocking that, rather than last week, he's catching the football, and we can see he's such more of a he's such an athletic and dynamic player for the Harbor Monsters. For him to be receiving the ball rather than snapping it.
Thank you.
They're going to redo the game clock to 1 minute 13 seconds. Plus, the other thing about Witt, he takes up a lot of room.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a big body down there.
You know, defenders got to work around. They got to go to other parts of St. Louis County to get to a would-be running back or receiver. if he's blocking. It's from the 4. I thought it was the one from the 4. Now coming back this side, that is Couch, who's taken over the boards at the 6-yard line. Boom Williams defensively lowering the boom that time. And he winds up in the VIP. It's just down below to our left. Whoa! And Jamal gets up. He's fine. Gets his helmet and his shoulder pads. It's an old comedy line. 1:03 remaining. It'll be now 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. And believe we have a timeout.
Well, I'm glad Couch got his helmet back. There's a fan as it popped off. I don't know if that would have been my first choice to put on a game-worn helmet in the moment, but you got to credit him for thinking on the fly.
No, it's no timeout. 2nd and goal from the 3. Javante throws into the end zone. Caught! Another bullet into the end zone. Caught by Sessoms. Another touchdown for Sess and the Harbor Monsters. Up to 54-26. Touchdown, Harbor Monsters.
Yeah, pressure in the grill. Javante sends a bullet to Marcus Sessoms in a 2-touchdown game for Sessoms now.
Yep.
And he is looking great at receiving that football.
He had 3 total on the year coming into the game. And he's become one of the unsung heroes in this game tonight offensively.
The Monsters are going for 2 from the 10.
2-point try. Snap back, Devontae. Devontae throws and high and out of play. And that one, the race is on for the youngsters to get the Benaford football. No good. 58 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Harbor Monsters have more than doubled them now, 54-26. And again, coming into the game, they've averaged 50 points a game.
Yeah, it was such a great response right now by the offense and defense coming back to last week after a real tough game against the Ozark Lunkers. We're in control over the Iowa Woo, 39-26. But, I mean, I mentioned it earlier, the defense, they've had 3 turnovers on downs. They forced 1 surrender and then 2 forced fumbles. And those fumbles both went for directly to 6 points for the defense. So they've just certainly showed up in big ways here.
That's what I like, seeing Dad explaining the game. And they they spot themselves now on the big screen. That changes everything.
Then you had to teach them a couple dance moves after that.
Oh, my goodness. All right, now the throw-off coming, Jamal Couch. He's had a busy night tonight. And waiting for the throw down to our left, Jacob Davies. Under a minute now in the 4th quarter. And kind of a lob throw at the 6. Davies to the near side of the 10 to the 15. Ooh, a little helmet-to-helmet contact there at the 18-yard line. And they'll mark his progress down at the 19, maybe the 20-yard line. They'll call it the 20. 1st and 10, 51 seconds remaining. And now you can start feeling comfortable about this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd have to be an absolute disaster, I think, for the Harbor Monsters to drop this one. They're going to continue to stay on top of the league right now, and they need as many wins as they can get going into the bye week, and then there'll be one more week before the playoffs.
1st and 10 from their own 20. Shaw gets a snap. Back to Grissom, who dodges one tackler. Now runs up along the lane, across the 25 to the 20, breaks a tackle there to the 15, spins away from Mason, who knocked him off balance and knocked him down to the Harbor Monster 12-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Nice run by Grissom there, but the clock running.
Yeah, Eau Claire's got no sense and just no desire to use the 3 timeouts they have. They haven't used one at all in the second half.
1st and 10 from the Monster 12. You can put out the fire and call in the dogs, folks. This hunt is over. There's an incomplete pass. Pressure put on Grissom by Lavelle Spruce. He throws incomplete.
Fly